Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule web, and a great example to his younger brothers in the truth. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this edifying lesson. And I want to, just go into this real quick. It's going to be a short video, maybe 10 minutes, maybe a little less, but just a quick video, pre workout video before I go in the gym. And you can title this series "The Fool Have Said," and I don't know what the elder titled it. God, the God Critics, 3 atheists, hashtag atheist, hashtag destruction, and more. This the elder Manata by GMS South Carolina '08. Um, and I just want to go into it. Then it's the second person. It was a few of them. I ain't even get the. I don't even think I watched all of them before my attention span went to something else and I went to another video. But you can almost make a lesson on each and every last one of them, but a couple precepts came to mind on this bitch and what she said. But you can really make one on all of them, all of them, scriptures come to mind, and I'm pretty sure that's what the elder gonna go into in this video. And after I do this, I may let it play as I sit in the sauna and listen to it. I may try to put a couple precepts together to a few of these people on here. You know, Mainly the Jakes. Fuck them Edomites. But the first precept that come to mind that I don't have is the fool have said in his heart that there is no God, man. All these people are foolish people. And when each and every last one of these motherfuckers die, guess who they gonna call on? God. Jesus. Please don't do it. God. 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 Oh God. Oh my God. You know, that's the sentiment of a motherfucker when they finna die. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh Jesus. They gonna say, they gonna call on, they gonna call on something in hopes to be to preserve their life, man. See, the Lord got a way of terrorizing you, man. But let's let this play. Just this one girl. This the second individual. You know, and then get a few precepts. And Lord willing, this edifying.
The fact that your God wants you to do everything except for lean into your own understanding, does that not register? Does that not trigger something inside of you and make you say, So I have my own brain. I create my own thoughts. I have my own perception of everything. And I'm not supposed to use my brain. The scripture says, lean not. Lean not. Bitch, do not use. Do not lean on your own understanding. Because God forbid you do. Use your brain. Once you start using your brain, you're going to be able to weed through the bullshit and the lies. So, bitch, don't do that. Don't do that. Lean not onto your own understanding. Just have faith. Just trust what the fuck I said. Just do what you're told. Just be a follower, okay? Just follow the script. That's all I need you to do is follow the script and worship me. That's it. I don't need you to do nothing else. I don't even know why I gave y'all motherfuckers brains, because y'all ain't really using them anyway. Like that's from God's point of view. Has to be. Because what the fuck else does lean not into your own understanding mean? Then why did you give us our own brains, our own minds, to where we can think our own thoughts? You knew at some point we was gonna figure this shit out. The fact that we get played with like this and manipulated like this, and soon as somebody is smart enough to figure this shit out, we're just taking it out of context. Yeah, okay. What you can lean into is my fist.
Yeah, and that's the point on it. And the Lord gonna dip your ass in fire. That's what you gonna lean into the fire, man. You gonna leave the rape to teeth of wild beasts. You gonna lean into famine. You gonna lean into a concentration camp. You gonna lean into that chip in your hand, man. You know, hey, the Lord finna fuck these people up, man. And these people make you real angry. Somebody who if some a lot of stuff don't really make me mad, furious, mad. You know, I ain't saying stuff don't make me get in my feelings, but one thing that anger me is somebody coming up against the word. It make me on a whole nother level angry. you know, coming up against the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The more I learned and the more I believe that really what they say grind my gears like our family guy goddamn. But Jake overly deep. She thinks she done got shot out. The lightning came on. She done figured some shit out. You know, niggas begin trying to get too goddamn deep. You know, lean not unto your own understanding mean just that because if you thinking you right, your way is right. Shit. Well, how the white man overcome you? You know, what's gonna be your solution? Okay, lean into your own understanding. What you do when all hell breaks loose, you lean into your own understanding. You know, and when the time when all hell break loose, the Lord gonna give us the spirit to see through all you wicked ass niggas who never believed in Him, man. All you wicked ass Israelites out there who don't believe in the Lord, all you wicked ass evil women who talk shit. The Lord gonna put an extraordinary spirit. We're gonna have that power. We're gonna be able to see. We're gonna be the spirit of discernment, man. We gonna know who was full of shit. During uh during this grace period, we gonna know all the people who scoffed and mocked the Lord. Not just the Hebrew Israelite, but all you atheists and unbelievers. Hey, the Lord gonna put a spirit on us to know. See, when that power come, people gonna be willing to believe in that day. But nah, you know, you ain't gonna be able to be around us, man. You women, you especially these type of women. No, you finna suffer in ways you could never imagine, man. If you got kids, you gonna watch them starve to death. you know, get ate. You gonna eat them. The Lord finna put a lot of people get great, so to speak. The Lord finna put people through hell that they didn't even think would ever happen, man. That they didn't, that the worst fears that they couldn't imagine, man. The Lord is terrible, man. You know, hey, the scriptures say the fool have said in his heart that there is no God, man. And you people go every idle word man should speak, they gonna give account to that shit in the day of wrath, man. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Matter of fact, let's read this whole thing. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 1. My son, forget not my law. Why? Because the laws are the way to life, man. That's why the Lord saying this, man. And look at the world now in this place that don't worship and serve the Lord. This is a lawless society that we live in. This place, everybody is perverse and everybody's suffering. You know why? Because no, the ways of the Lord are not kept. That's why everybody experiencing hell. Everybody going through calamity, um, um, lamentation, mourning, and woe, man. That's why there ain't no justice, ain't no fucking peace, man. Because nobody is keeping the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and the ruler of this world is completely wicked. He is Satan. He is the devil, man. He is completely adverse to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why people crying because they can't pay. I can't pay my bill. Oh, why is life so hard and all this old shit? Well, nah. Lean into your own understanding. That's why you going through what you're going through because you leaning into your own understanding. And we ain't saying that like we catch hell too, but we know that the Lord in the end gonna take care of us when the shit really, really, really get bad. And the Lord taking care of us now as shit is while shit is, somewhat normal and bad now, man. The Lord giving us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to overcome this world, man. And you people finna be left out there with no hedge. See, it's a hedge of protection around the earth right now, man. It's a hedge of protection on people. You know, everybody going to work and they can pay their bills and they eating every day. But the time coming where the Lord is finna strip all that providing the Lord is doing for the earth, all the people in the earth, all that's gonna be gone. And then it's only gonna be a mark of exemption on his men. Set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for the abomination done in the midst thereof. Not people finna run into roadblock after roadblock, calamity after calamity, hell after fucking hell, man. And the shit gonna get worse and worse until you don't exist no more, man. You know, that's the time we in. That's the time we coming into. The Lord finna start stepping on people, man. Squishing you, man. You know? Lord finna kill all you cockroaches. Like Scarface said, goddamn. You know? But let's keep going to say, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments going into your mind. You know, and the Lord is gracious, man. The Lord is merciful. The Lord is long suffering. The Lord gave us a grace period, and the Lord know we can't keep the laws perfect, but the Lord know your heart. The Lord know your sincerity. The Lord understand. Okay, they can't be perfect. Okay, that's why I sent my son to die for the sins of the elect, and His blood gonna cover those who are sincere, who truly wish for righteousness in the earth, who truly want the Lord to come and reign over the earth and righteousness, man. It say, for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Yeah, so if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, that you know, when your ways please the Lord, it make your enemies to be at peace with you. You know, you come into different situations, you pleasing to the Lord got have a way of protecting, man, and providing for His people, man. You know, and you know, causing the anger of your enemies to cease. You know, hey man, it's a beautiful thing we're a part of, and I'm just thankful that I ain't in the world, man. I'm thankful. I don't care, man. Fuck this shit. I don't care what I don't got. I ain't got much. I don't got, you know. But I'm thankful for what I do got. You know, shit. As long as you got this truth, you got a lot, man. You know, it may not be, you know, in the corner, people can't see what you got, but shit, we good, man. These people in a horrible case. You know, just cause you this motherfucker got $1 million and got a house, you know, pool in the backyard and all this old crazy shit, but they don't got the Lord, man. Motherfuckers traveling, get up and get on a boat and shit, like, you know, they doing things that you never done in your life, but they don't have the Lord. So at the end of the day, shit, you ain't got much of nothing if you ain't got your how about some your house, you know. God damn it, my what's the name? Finna die. Oh shit. Let me goddamn put my focus on all these notifications drop. Verse 3, it say, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Going to the law, statutes, commandment. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Going to your mind. It say, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Yeah, so, hey, if all Israelites, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans kept the laws. And I ain't even talking about all the laws, because if you see a homosexual, you can't put them to death. I'm talking about the upright people who ain't on no funny shit. Well, it, I can't even say that, because if you ain't right, you just ain't right, you know. Because it might be a motherfucker who not a homosexual, uh, uh, but they ain't got no problem with homosexuality, you know. So if you ain't right, you just ain't right. But if the people who keep the law, statutes, and commandments, like us, you know, to the best of our ability. When we are around people, and I ain't saying, well, I'm talking about just in general. When it's just you by yourself, and you amongst average everyday people, don't think people don't pay attention that you different than a nigga, man. I'm around Edomites all the time, and they know I ain't like the rest of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Edomites have more trust for me. You know, feel like, you know. If they know me, they see you, they judge when a motherfucker see you, they'll judge a book by its cover. But when they see your actions, how you carry yourself, and you know, they understand that, oh, this ain't just no regular nigga. I ain't saying I be, get around white people and I'm trying to be proper and shit. No, I act just like this, man. I might not say nigga, and I change my speech up according to the environment, but I do that with black people too. You know what I'm saying? But I still talk the same. I might not cuss as much, or might not, say certain words or whatever. Just being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. But people know that you're not like the rest of these people, man. Niggas don't have no discretion. Niggas just act however, they don't care who around. They continue acting like animals, man. Be tripping like, nigga, chill your ass out, goddamn. Like the motherfuckers graduating and they bust out dancing, bro. This ain't no goddamn dancing moment. Dance, have a celebration after afterwards, and dance and do all it. You know, it's a thing of proper etiquette, however you say it, etiquette, so to speak. You know, it's a time for all things, man. You know, but say verse 4, and I'm gonna read verse 4 again because it's another point I wanted to make, but it's like it. Verse 4 says, so shalt thou find favor in God. I mean, favor, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Yeah, because what that is, Deuteronomy chapter 4, it say that this wisdom and knowledge, these nations supposed to see our behavior, our way of conducting business, our way of living, our way of worshiping and serving our God, and they supposed to say, wow, what great and wise and understanding people. People supposed to be in awe at us, man. They already in awe at us in a lower state, but imagine if we was moving like moving in the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. How much greater we'll be, you know, as a unit, as a people. How much less, which the curse is on us, and we in a time where niggas just gotta die, man. Niggas gonna stay wicked. Niggas ain't gonna see the light. Niggas blinded from this, man. So I'm a lead what it is hypotheticals out of it. Fuck it, let's just keep going. But the nation's supposed to see and marvel at our behavior. You know, and I ain't talking about just white people, because white people are the base of sort. I'm talking about like the Moabites and the Ammonites and the, you know, like when you pay attention to how those Ammonites move, how they raising their kids up, how they training them, and you know, they schooling and shit like that. You can tell that that's a wise and understanding people from their youth. They training and raising up and breeding very high level children, man. Them children that they raising up and bringing forth and amongst them Ammonites gonna be, they gonna be on a whole nother level. That generation coming up of them Ammonites, how they, they school like this public school in America. They actually got those kids using their brains, man. They got them thinking. They got them active. Learning by experience, putting things in motion, so to speak. Right. Verse 5, it say, trust in the Lord. So like, I done goddamn parking lot, motherfucker, pull right by you. I guess I need to pull to the back of the parking lot. Don't nobody walk, don't wanna walk. Get in the back. Goddamn. So like, it say, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. Yeah, trust in the Lord. What do that mean? Trust in what's written, man. Trust in what the Lord in the advice in the trust in the Lord, trust in the advice that the Lord is giving. Trust in the the ways of the Lord. That's what it means by lean not into your own understanding. The Lord say don't eat pork. Shit, just trust the Lord. You know, on why you should not eat pork. Nah. You know, you shouldn't eat pork. Why? Because shit, back in the day, it wasn't no science. You know, you ain't have no microscopes and can look into all the, you know, to understand, damn, pork ain't got no sweat glands. It's full of parasites, and you didn't have that understanding back then. Now, since Esau and Power and this nigga search out everything, knowledge has increased to where you can look up. Okay, shit, this why the Lord say don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Because all this shit in it. It's a toxic, you know what I'm saying? That's why everybody got gout, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, you know, all these fucking problems. You know, shit cause cancer and every goddamn thing. This why the Lord say don't eat it. Because it's going to kill you. It's killing you, man. You know? But back then, all you could do is just trust in the Lord. You know? And lean not into your own understanding. Well, it smells good sizzling in the grease on the pan. You know? That's you leaning to your own understanding, which is going to lead to death. But you can do what you want. Do what you want and see where it's going to get you, man. Let's get the next precept. I said it wasn't going to be long, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. It reads, let me get this other one because it go into what I want. I get that one. I just read it. I close out with the next one. This Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart going into your mind is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? And why is it saying the heart is deceitful above all things? Because the heart, your mind is connected to your body, and your body can over your lust of the flesh, you know, pleasures will overtake the mind. You know, your body is in survival mode, comfort mode. What will comfort the body to make the body feel better? You know, your body ain't gonna put itself through nothing hard. I mean, your mind ain't gonna put your body through nothing hard unless you train your mind to do so. You know, so the Lord and the Lord laws, statutes, and commandments not grievous. They ain't nothing hard. It's hard when you're not in your when we not sovereign, but it ain't really just no difficult task. But what make it so hard is because these bodies subject to sin. And that's why we here to rehearse the righteous acts. You know, repent, rebuke ourselves, fight. It's a fight. We supposed to be fighting to do the right thing, man. And not leaning to our own understanding. Well, I ain't gonna worry about nothing the Lord say. I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm gonna do as thou please, do as thou wilt. That shit go back to Satanism. You know? Ain't this about a bitch? Why everybody keep pulling up next to me? The light. Let me stop bullshitting. The light attract bugs. Nah, this is Jake though. But still, like, fuck. I'm at the back of this bitch. I just moved because the motherfucker put next to me. But, you know, even though it's a Jake, he's still a goddamn bug. You know? I just say shit. Try to get away from a motherfucker, you pull right next to a motherfucker. Oh, that ain't what I'm looking for. Ain't no Jake. Man, this nigga just wanna get out and walk around this shit. Fucking niggas, man. Damn, these people make me sick. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 12. It reads, there is a way, and this the one I wanted, that seem right unto the man, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You know, hey, man with man, the end of that, man being with man, are the ways of death. Because what is going to lead to all kind of fucking diseases, at the end of the day. And what else? Shit, death. Cause say if it's 2 people on the planet, or say it's 4 people on the planet. Last of us. 4 people left, god damn it. All 4 people able-bodied people, 2 male and goddamn 2 females. 2 bull daggers and 2 2 bull daggers and 2 goddamn fairies, 2 prince and elite. And they lean into their own understanding, like, shit, I don't like her. We gonna be together for the rest of our life. 2 man on man and the bull dagger with the, where the bull dagger in a regular female. I say that, the bull dagger got the regular female and the 2 prince and elite clapping each other. Guess what? The end of that is death. Because once all these freaks get old and die, guess what? That's the end of humanity. End thereof is death. They just ended humanity because they decided that how they feel and what they think is right. Even though there's a perverse way in feeling, which I ain't saying that's gonna happen. Back on the hypothetical, that ain't gonna happen. But it's still, those ways lead to death. Don't no life come from that shit. Same with the eating whatever you want. All that shit. Adultery. When a man catch you sleeping with his old lady and he enraged because of the love that he have for that woman, bust your motherfucking shit, then guess what? Well, you shouldn't have been fucking with her, man, because the end thereof is death. There's a way that seems right to a man. Oh shit, he'll do it to me. He'll smash my old lady. Well, 2 rights don't make a wrong. And I used to think like that when I was in the world, on that wicked shit. That's a wicked spirit, shit. You just be, which I ain't used to be no serial adulterer. Well, shit, yeah, I guess I was in a way, but I ain't used to just go around trying to smash men and old ladies and wives and shit like that. But just that thought process is death. Just thinking like that is a wicked thought, man. Putting that out there, even mention it to other people. Oh shit, she trying to give you some cat, smash her. He'll smash yours. That's a wicked ass thought. Cause not what if this man find that and kill both of their ass? That the end thereof is death. It seemed right. The heart is deceitful. All you thinking about, above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? The flesh telling you to get the cat because it ain't no better feeling than a man. One of the best feelings in the world is sex for men and women. Yeah, those are some of the best feelings ever. As far as your lower nature had you. And the Lord make it feel good to bring forth life into the earth. But not, you don't supposed to be land with, but everybody supposed to have their own women. Every man supposed to have their own women. And every woman supposed to have a husband. Not multiple husbands. Just one. Because all you can bring forth is one child at a time. So what you need 150 men for? But a man can bring forth as many. If a man have 300, let's say 200 wives, in the span of a year, he can have every last one of those women pregnant. If a woman dealing with 200 men, she gonna get pregnant one time that whole year by one of those men. Not 2 or 3, just one, man. So what's more conducive to life? What promotes life? So at the end of the day, there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. So all these people who don't believe in the Lord, don't want to choose the ways of the Lord, it's gonna all lead to death. And you ain't gotta believe us. Shit, fuck it, do what you want. Keep on talking that shit. Guess what? All hell getting ready to break loose. Hey, the Lord got people bugging all the way the fuck out at the end. You know? At the end of the day, the Lord want a lot of people to suffer in the worst time ever. That's why people are more rebellious than ever. People don't want to listen. Is the Lord gonna have mercy on people? Yeah, the Lord gonna have mercy. Who? Shit, we don't know. We hope that he have mercy on us. You know? But the Lord getting ready to destroy a lot of people. The Lord finna terrorize these people, man. Oh, man, if people only knew what the Lord was finna do. And I ain't mean that to rhyme, but shit, it did. So, hey. You know, that's pretty much the point. Them were my two precepts that I had besides the one she quoted. You know, lean not into our... I guess I'm supposed to lean not. See, the Lord don't want us to think for ourselves. You dumb idiot. You okay. You think you right. Well, keep thinking like that. And your goddamn... them titties gonna shrivel up. Your goddamn face gonna sink in. And your goddamn stomach gonna be touching your motherfucking spine, man. Your navel gonna be touching your spine. You know? Or you gonna fuck around and catch the E to the B to the Ola. Coca-Cola. You know? Embryola. You gonna goddamn be throughout this bitch, man. The Lord is terrible, man. You people gonna learn to fear him, man. You know, that's what the Lord finna do. The Lord finna make people fear him again. You know? Including you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. You Israelites are gonna fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua soon. But that's pretty much the point. Just a little quick rant on this dumb bitch. You know, there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. And the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.